The Democrat-controlled Senate was nearing a make-or-break vote on a comprehensive immigration bill in June 2013 when a pair of Republican senators swooped in with an 11th-hour amendment aimed at clinching enough GOP support to avoid a filibuster. A key provision, doubling the length of a new border fence between the United States and Mexico from 350 miles to 700 miles. Democrats didn't think such a barrier was necessary. Neither did the Obama White House. To them, the proposal seemed arbitrary, a random doubling of the size at the last minute for political purposes. In the end, though, all 54 Democrats in the Senate supported the provision in hopes of realizing a bigger goal, providing a path to citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants. This month, President Donald Trump is ratcheting up demands that Congress include his border wall in a package to provide legal status for hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought to the country illegally as children. The administration is preparing to ask for $18 billion over a decade to renovate and build a total of 700 miles of wall along the southwest border, according to a memo from the Department of Homeland Security. Lawmakers face a March 5 deadline, set by Trump, after which work permits for the undocumented dreamers provided by former President Barack Obama under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals (DACA) program will begin to expire at a rate of nearly 1,000 per day. But the debate illustrates how the political stakes have shifted since Trump took office. Democrats, under pressure from immigrant rights groups, have strenuously opposed including Trump's wall in the negotiations. They call it a waste of taxpayer money, but they also have signaled that the political price for helping the president make good on his prime campaign promise is far too high. Trump, through his anti-immigrant rhetoric and policies, including a travel ban aimed at Muslim-majority countries, has made the wall a metaphor to many Democrats of an administration whose crackdown on immigration has overtones of xenophobia or racism. The debate over a wall goes back decades. The notion of a wall is a giant symbol that is not based on analysis in any way of whether we should do something about the border, said Cecilia Munoz, a longtime immigrant rights advocate who served as Obama's domestic policy advisor. The fact is, having elevated the notion of a wall in his campaign the way he did, the president made it an even bigger symbol than it already was, and that makes it much harder to accomplish. In a letter to colleagues Friday, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, D. California, called the Trump administration's request for wall funding alarming and said her caucus must all speak out. On the other side of the debate, wall proponents are perplexed why Democrats are voicing such vociferous opposition. In 2006, President George W. Bush signed into law the Secure Fence Act, a bill that authorized the construction of hundreds of miles of fencing along the border. That legislation was approved with broad bipartisan support, including, in the Senate, by such Democratic luminaries as Barack Obama of Illinois, Hillary Clinton of New York, Joe Biden of Delaware and Charles Schumer of New York, now the Senate Minority Leader.